Since 1979, at home in the Valley, 16531 Satakoy Street, Van Nuys, 818-780-4663, online at homeinthevalley.com.
If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, it's easy. Go to forthepeople.com and go to verdicts and settlements to see cases just like yours. You may see numbers that are much higher than what your lawyer's telling you and recommending to you. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Some may only handle a few injury cases a year. This is all we do. And just because you hired your lawyer doesn't mean you can't fire your lawyer. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Now at 5 a.m., a deadly plane crash near a home in Beverly Crest. What we're learning overnight about the tragic accident.
The American dream is getting even harder to obtain. The new mortgage fees set to go into effect this week.
And puppy love, the special bond between a puppy and a grandmother, and why it was a case of love at first sight when she needed it the most.
Live from ABC 7, this is Eyewitness News.
Oh, well, that was just a cute piece of video. We'll share more of it coming up during this newscast. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Cotorobles.
And I'm Irene Cruz. It is dark and early, but we have a beautiful day in store for us as well. Tony Cabrera here telling us about how it's going to be slightly cooler for today.
Yeah, a little bit cooler compared to yesterday, but we are going to start out with those marine layer clouds like we saw yesterday.
Those again.
Those are, they're back, Mark.
They're back.
Yeah, and they're deeper than they were yesterday, so a lot more people are going to see them, especially out towards the Inland Empire this time around. So we'll keep an eye out for visibilities, but look at this. Already, compared to yesterday, we're seeing this camera out in Long Beach, a lot more foggy than it was yesterday, 55 degrees there. And then when you look towards Riverside right now, you kind of see that light blanket of some fog that's in the lower valley there. So 53 degrees right now, and we're going to keep a close eye on it. But later this afternoon, you will see that clearing once the sun warms things up and burns things off. But by noontime, it looks like it hangs around a little bit longer in parts of Orange County, especially further inland, all the way up to the 5 freeway there in northern Orange County, and then those coastal spots. Oh, okay, I'm done? That's it? Okay, no more from me. Okay.
Thanks. Well, we do have some developing news out of Beverly Crest. A pilot of a single-engine plane has died after crashing near a home. No other injuries were reported. The plane was found last night around 11:30 on a steep hillside near Beverly Glen Boulevard and Mulholland Drive. Now, it took crews several hours to locate the plane due to the dense and thick fog. The cause of the crash has not yet been determined. The identity of the pilot has not yet been released.
Yeah, we have a crew responding. We'll have more throughout the morning from that scene. In a stunning move, the U.S. Army has temporarily grounded all of its aviation units after a series of deadly helicopter crashes.
Yeah, mandatory training will now be required for all pilots and crews. ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi has the details.
The U.S. Army's Chief of Staff has grounded all Army aviation amid rising safety concerns following 2 recent helicopter crashes. The order comes after Thursday's mid-air collision of 2 Apache helicopters returning from a training mission in Alaska. 3 soldiers were killed and another hospitalized. In March, 9 soldiers were killed during a routine night training flight in Kentucky when their Blackhawks collided. While both incidents remain under investigation, the Army says there is no indication of any pattern between the two.
This is not obviously something that's acceptable to have this amount of incidents causing this amount of death to soldiers. It needs to be addressed.
There was also an incident back in February. A single Black Hawk helicopter from the Tennessee National Guard spiraled out of control and crashed, killing 2 guardsmen. The Army says pilots and crews will complete mandatory training on safety and awareness, with the exception of aviators participating in critical missions. The Army will review the risk approval and management process, aviation maintenance training program, and supervisory responsibility. Units on active duty must complete the required training before May 5th, while the Army National Guard and Reserve will have until the end of May.
When they look at this training, they're going to do a test at the end to determine whether these aviators are ready to get back